Hey guys, today I'm doing another one of my end of the week roundups or weekly roundups or whatever the hell I call it. This is pretty last minute because I have been ridiculously busy. Yeah, this week I haven't been that busy, but I probably should have been, and I have done a lot of programming because. The reason this is last minute is because I've had a pretty busy weekend because it was my girlfriend's birthday, so I've been doing stuff with that all weekend. Um, so yeah, that was all right. It was meeting lots of family members and stuff, scary. But yeah, it was a nice weekend. Yeah, but anyway, this week in terms of games, I've played a ton of Metro Last Light. I've just been playing loads of it. It's just so much fun, and there's you can be stealthy, but I'm terrible at stealth, so I run in with a shotgun, I shoot everyone, I walk at them like fuck you because I'm awesome. Um, yeah, and I've also been playing a little bit of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, a little bit more. I have done it a bit on the channel so far. I might do well. I have got at least one more video on it. I have been playing some KSB 0.25, which I dismissed for a while because I've been doing other stuff on the channel with 0.24 because mods. But yeah, I've just started doing a bit of heavily modded gameplay by myself, just checking out what it's like, I guess. In terms of other stuff I've been doing, I ordered my new 1080p screen because I have three screens. Only one of them is 1080p. The other two are 800p, but the current 1080p one is, it's just not that nice. It's like grainy and a bad TV basically. So yeah, so I decided I'm going to replace that with a slightly smaller one, but just nicer. Because then I can just play all my games on a really nice 1080p screen rather than my 800p screen, just because reasons. But yeah, in terms of films, I have watched Toy Story 3 again and Harry Potter Half-Blood Prince again because, well, my girlfriend wanted to watch both of them. And I really like Toy Story 3, especially the bit where they're going into the incinerator and they all just hold hands. It's just like, ah, those guys are cute. And I'm not much of a fan of Harry Potter, but I watched it anyway because, reasons. And it wasn't that bad. Even Daniel Radcliffe's acting didn't seem that bad because Ginny is in it a lot, and the actor who plays Ginny is just awful. Just awful. So she made him look slightly better, and I do really like Snape in it, so it was a pretty nice experience. Um, Moving on to the news rather swiftly, because I've got a lot to put into this vlog and I don't want it to be too long. There has been a lot of talk about the game Hatred. Trailer came out, and everyone was like, oh, that's awful, because it's basically about some emo type person, the very stereotypical person who hates the world and decides to get his gun and grenades and go and kill a bunch of people. And everyone was like, that's awful, that's horrifying, but it's fine to play GTA and go out and do the same thing. But yeah, basically it's shock culture, and it's obviously works because people are like, it's not going to work. You make it, we're just not going to talk about it, but everyone's talking about it. Hell, even I'm talking about it. But yeah, there were articles saying, well, you can't use shock culture. Shock culture's dead. They said, talking about shocking things because it was shocking. In terms of tech news, the Google Nexus 6 has been revealed, and it's gigantic. It's like this big. That's how big the phone is. It's that big. No, it's like a 6-inch phone, 6-inch screen. That's pretty big for a phone. That's just a pretty big phone. And it's got a 1440p display, which is insane for a phone. Like my phone's 720p, it's fine. 1080p I can understand. 1440p is overkill. That's like a really nice, really nice PC monitor, like a really nice one. But yeah, and it's got like a quad-core 2.7 gigahertz processor. It's just big in every way. It's just pretty insane. And talking of ridiculous resolutions, Apple have revealed their 5K computer. If you don't know what 5K is, it refers to the display. Basically, if you think of resolution, you get a 1080p, which is fairly standard screens, 1080p screens. 4K is just 1080p. Basically, just 4 times 1080p. So 5K is obviously 5 times 1080p. So that's a hell of a lot of pixels, and I really want one because I just want to be like, yeah, this is my 5K screen. It cost £9 billion because it was an Apple. It says Apple on it, so yeah. So that will be expensive, and it will be awesome, and it will be made by Apple. So don't get your hopes up. No, they're all right. Anyway, moving on to sciencey news, which is also kind of tech news this week. It's kind of staying away from the space side of stuff. Lockheed Martin, who are a space company, but they've been work on lots of things, and they've apparently cracked nuclear fusion, or have made huge advances in it. And within 10 years, we'll be able to put a nuclear fusion generator on the back of a truck, just like a pickup truck, I guess. Which sounds ridiculous because the only fusion we have really right now is for like a second or the sun, and to make it like sustainable and small is very difficult. And I think I haven't really read a huge amount into it, but it seems like they're a bit hopeful because it's really hard to do fusion. My friend's brother is actually working on nuclear fusion, and it's really fucking difficult. But it would be amazing if they achieve a nuclear fusion, because that's basically unlimited power forever, and it could make some pretty interesting nuclear fusion drives for spacecraft while in orbit. It means you can go places very fast, so that's good. And the new Tesla Model S. Basically, it's another version of the Model S, which is Elon Musk's electric car. Basically, it's been upgraded to be awesome four-wheel drive. It has two motors. It has a motor on each wheel, on each two wheels. So now it has two motors, as opposed to like one engine driving the whole thing like a normal four-wheel drive. So it's got slightly better performance. They can like perfectly do what's right for each wheel. So it's very techy. It does 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds. That's faster than the McLaren F1. That is ridiculous, and it's an electric car. It also has a slightly better range. It does about 270, I think, 270 miles on a good day. Just full electric. It is incredible. I think Tesla are really pushing the boundaries, and they've released all their patents. So, good for humanity. Anyway, talking of good for humanity, it's time to talk about what's coming up on the channel. Some more Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Just more videos like the last one. I kind of want to do a bit of a playthrough, see where it goes, see if people, gain interest or lose interest or whatever. I'm just going to play it until I feel like stopping, basically, and then I'll probably complete it again, because I've completed it maybe twice. I do love that game so much. I have lots of ideas for KSP. Just some more BD Armory stuff, because people seem to really like that. Obviously more Solar Civilization. Real Solar System, have to land on the moon. I've started that, must finish that task. And awesome idea for a cinematic. It's not going to be like Operation Black Hawk. I'm thinking of maybe just not doing any more Operation Black Hawk, because the last one I did just got awful response. No one really liked it, which is fair enough, because I didn't really like making it. It was like I kind of forced it out the door. Because it's just like I quite like editing and stuff for like cinematics, but after playing when if you do a battle in KSP with stock parts, it's just really awful. It just takes ages and it's tedious and it's just not that fun. So yeah, I might not do any more Operation Black Hawk, but I will be doing more maybe cinematics that have just more production value and just look nicer and just so look forward to that. And I'd just like to say a quick big thank you to everyone, because I've had some pretty big growth, big for me sort of growth in the last few weeks. I'm now over 250 subscribers. I'm just pretty ecstatic about that. Basically, I've just had more growth, faster growth than I've ever experienced, more views, like 150% of the views of my last most successful kind of period. Just a lot more views, a lot more subscribers, a lot more likes and everything. And the 0.25 KSP update video I did got like 1,000 views in a week, so I was really happy about that. I'm just thanks for people who've just joined, because that's awesome, and people who've stuck around for all this time. It's just makes it all worthwhile, and just a big thank you. So this has been my weekly roundup. I'll see you next time.